Okay guys, we are back to concept 1 in chapter 4. This is the second part. Before we can move on to our next form of a linear equation, which would be slope-intercept form, we need to spend a little bit of time talking about horizontal and vertical lines, because up until now we've been looking at lines that have positive slope and negative slope, and we've kind of been leaving out the horizontal and vertical lines. So we need to take a couple minutes to go over this, and we will have a lesson on this in class tomorrow. And then on Friday, the plan is to jump right into slope-intercept form. So getting started, let's look at what we have here. A horizontal line. So remember, a horizontal line is a line that goes from left to right. And those types of lines have a slope of 0. Okay, and well, what is the equation for this type of line going to look like? Well, normally, because you're talking about a horizontal line, a lot of people in their head say, oh, well, the x-axis runs horizontally too, so this equation should be x equals something. Well, no, not quite. This equation is going to be y equals some number, and here's why. If you have a horizontal line, so for example, I'll do this one in yellow. If you have a horizontal line going like this, it crosses through which axis? Crosses through the y-axis. And in specific, this line that I drew crosses through the y-axis at 2. Do you see that? So 1, 2. So this equation for this horizontal line would be y equals 2. Because this line is at 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, etc., etc. And going back the other way, negative 1, 2, negative 2, 2, negative 3, 2, negative 4, 2. So they all have a y coordinate of 2 because it goes through the y-axis and it's a horizontal line. So all of your equations for a horizontal line are going to be y equals some number. Okay? Now, if you remember, a vertical line is a line that goes from up to down, and those have a slope of undefined. Okay? So opposite from your horizontal line, a vertical line is going to have an equation that will be x equals some number. Okay, so for example, I'll draw another line. Let's do a vertical line this time. If I have a vertical line, oh, I don't know, right here. Okay, this is a vertical line that goes up and down, and like I said before, a lot of people, because they remember that your vertical axis is the y-axis, so they think, oh, a vertical line is going to be y equals some number. No, it's going to be x equals some number. Why? Because it goes through the x-axis. At what point? Well, in this case, it goes through at negative 3. So this is going to be a point at, let's see, negative 3, 1, negative 3, 2, negative 3, 3, negative 3, 4, negative 3, 5, going down, negative 3, negative 1, negative 3, negative 2, negative 3, negative 3, etc. Okay? So because all of these points have an x-coordinate of negative 3, if you were to plot them all, you would see that together they make that vertical line. All right? So let's look at a few examples down here. I'm going to do, let's see, I'll do the odds with you, and then I'm going to leave these evens down here at the bottom for you to finish, and that's going to be our lesson for today. All right, so number 9, we have x equals 2. So just like I said above, what this means is that at x equals 2, let's find x equals 2, we have points all along this vertical line. Remember, x equals the number goes with your vertical slope. Okay, so let's plot all of the points that have an x coordinate of 2. All right, so let's see, 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. Oops, I should move my hand so you can see. 2, 4, 2, 5, going down. 2, negative 1, 2, negative 2, 2, negative 3, 2, negative 4. And before long, you start to notice that all of these points are making a vertical line. So you just need to take your straight edge, your ruler, whatever you have, and go ahead and connect those dots and draw your line. So this is going to be our graphed line for this equation. We'll call this number 9. Call this number 11, 13, 15, and 17 down here. Okay, let's go to number 11. We have y equals negative 3. So let's go to negative 3 on the y-axis and plot all the points, 1, 2, 3. All the points that have a y coordinate, because we're talking y equals, of negative 3. So 0, negative 3, 1, negative 3, 2, negative 3, 3, negative 3. Let's go in the opposite direction. Excuse me. Negative 1, negative 3, negative 2, negative 3, etc. Okay? You're starting to see the pattern happening here. So take your straight edge and go ahead and connect your lines. Don't forget to add your arrows. And this would be a y equals some number. So this is a 0 slope and it's a horizontal line. It all matches up. All right? So let's quickly get through these last 3. 13, x equals positive 1. So let's, on the x-axis, go to positive 1. Whoops, I'm sorry. And plot all of the points that have positive 1 in the x coordinate. So 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. Going down. 1, 0, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 2, 1, negative 3, etc. Let's draw a line through our graph with the straight edge, excuse me. And that's the graph of this line. Okay? Number 15, we have x equals negative 4. All right, so at x equals negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the negative direction, all the points that have a negative 4 coordinate. So let's see, negative 4, 1, negative 4, 2, negative 4, 3, negative 4, 0, negative 4, negative 1, negative 4, negative 2. You get the picture. And our last one, 17, is at y equals 0. Okay, it's a little bit different. Y equals 0. So let's go to y equals 0. Well, that's just going to be right here at our origin. Okay, so we need to graph a bunch of points that have y equals 0. What do you think is going to happen with this graph? Let's take a look. So at y equals 0, I've got one, well, first I have 0, 0 at the origin, and then I've got 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0. How about opposite? Negative 1, 0, negative 2, 0. This line is going through the, excuse me, x-axis. So an equation of y equals 0 is going to be exactly through the x-axis. Okay? So what do you think would happen if we had an equation that said x equals 0? Is that going to go through the y-axis maybe? I don't know. Why don't you try to figure it out? All right. So these last, let me zoom out here. These last 5 on the bottom, all of the evens are for you to finish, and here are your graphs. So we'll call this the graph for number 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. Make sure you finish these. Don't forget to do your summary questions on Schoology, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.